In combating youth unemployment project, AVR is also a partner. And those who were not present there on Tuesday, Pavel Petrov from Petrosavodsk, who is the coordinator of the project and their organization in Petrosavodsk, they welcomed representatives from AVR to the final conference in Petrosavodsk at the middle of September. I think he didn't mean the whole 20% group. Probably the project budget would not cover so many, but there is money in the project, and for the project will cover the travel expenses and accommodation, the hotel and the program there. So if you have, I must check the exact dates, if you have free time, so AVR is partner in this project. On the week September, the program is 21 to 23 September, but it requires 1 day to travel there and 1 day back, at least for people outside of Russia. Maybe in Russia it's possible. So you may contact me, and then I will connect you to Pavel Petrov if you don't have yet the straight connection. This project is really ending in the end of this year, and it was combating youth unemployment by education, by developing enterprises of young people, and so on. And then Mobility Makes Opportunity project has first event now. This week we had these Russian people and also people from Lithuania who are in this project. Also there are partners from Sweden and Denmark, but because of the holiday season and so they couldn't organize any. Even though we pay the travel and we pay the hotel and so on, they couldn't organize young people to come here, unfortunately. This is also the Scandinavia Russia cooperation program. We have regional concept coordinator for Central Europe, Alexei Kiryu here, and Anna Nikolov, who is doing active work in the Balkan area. So we are all the time looking for the new possibilities for funding and projects, and to make also this kind of like sub-regional projects. So and if you have any ideas, you might contact also them if you are near living in that area. Then what about that? We are of course planning. We have made Inter-Europe program, for example. Every book was one part there, but it was not successful. It was 1 year ago. But we are all the time trying to find this kind of elements which would support like whole Europe and a little bit outside Europe activities too. Maybe Anna would like to continue what is going on. What you have been preparing projects too, so
about
yes.
Well, I can. I think we were maybe mentioned during these 5 days that we have this network of young leaders for the cross-border cooperation, and all of you that participated in some of ABR events are welcome to join as you're now a member of the task force in some sense. And the thing is, when we established it, it was like working groups, but soon we realized that it's much better if we have initiatives from your side. So the working group can be created if you have some idea about some project. For example, we have like women in rural area and cross-border cooperation. That's an event and project that was initiated by Natasha. She's one of the young leaders. Of course, we needed like 1 year to organize this, and at the end, this was like a trigger for the older members of the ABR together. Oh, we need a task force for a gender. This is a great idea. And this event had like 120 participants. It was in Novi Sad in March. And now we have this Equal Opportunities Working Group in the task force where also the experts are involved, and this should be grown to this task force at the end. So this is like what you can do. So if you have a nice idea and you came to us, we can talk about it to see how we can fund it, how we can organize. Usually you don't need a lot of money to organize something. You need just time and idea, and you know, with our help then we can do something. So this is what is about these young leaders. So it's about you thinking what we can do for the whole Europe. It doesn't have to be like Balkans or Nordic countries. It can be whatever related to the cross-border or transnational project. We also have some Erasmus projects that we was implementing in the last 2 years. 2 of them were related to the entrepreneurship and the youngsters. To empower them to start their own businesses, but also to think about the connection with other countries, how they can help them to grow their business. Well, in the future we will also apply with some Erasmus youth exchange or training programs, so now we'll have you on our list. So we will invite you for everything we have. This is like short what we do, and during this workshop that we have like 3 days ago, you was answering the questions, the 3 questions: what youth can do for youth, what youth can do for society, and what the society do for youth. And you actually participated in developing the ABR Youth Charter for CBC. Well, the first draft will be finished before this year's General Assembly and hopefully adopted. So you actually participated in building something for the future. So yeah, it's up to you to actually at the end implement what you created. So we will see. We also will send you the first draft, so you can comment and give a suggestion if you want to change something, to add something, to make it different. Because this is your document, you should implement it at the end. So it's up to you to build it. So this is like short, and if you have any questions, just ask me. You know, you have my contact, so you can write to me, you add me on the Facebook, so because I'm online all the time, and just feel free to contact me.
Okay, I just noted that it was not even connected to to my computer. It's connected to Saimia. So actually, officially in the hotel lobby, yes, our Secretary General of ABR, Matti Guillermo Ramirez, and Martin knows everything what happens in ABR, except those secret things we don't tell him. but yes, quite a lot. And maybe you give, it's not all the task force of external borders, but ABR has a lot of like activities with other countries, even other continents. And maybe you could comment a little bit that, and is there any like possibility for young people to participate? Or is there any youth issues, and is there in some cases maybe expertise of young people needed in this kind of actions of ABR?